Your whole business model is around connecting those in workforces, understanding company culture. How are currently the employees faring in this time? We all know that many are being impacted from a mental health perspective.
Yeah, well, we're seeing that as well. And we've been talking to employees. We're seeing it on our platform, been doing research about them. What we're hearing is that nearly half of employees report feeling some level of disconnectedness and loneliness, having been remote for so long. And so they're increasingly looking for platforms where they can have connectivity with others in the workforce. And so they come to Glassdoor and they're coming to apps like Fishbowl, which Glassdoor recently acquired, to have these conversations where they can have real, candid and meaningful conversations they're not getting in the workplace today.
Sort of recreating that water cooler moment. Talk to us about Fishbowl and how you're adding to the offering that you've got there. It's a fast-growing social network, but it's a social network within a business.
That's right. It's a fast-growing social network for working professionals. And it's a place they can go to have real, candid, and meaningful conversations inside of the Fishbowl app. And so, at the heart of what Fishbowl does is it's really trying to drive workplace transparency, and that's always been the core of what Glassdoor does. And so, with Glassdoor's acquisition of Fishbowl, we're looking to write the next chapter in workplace transparency.
Okay, so talk to us about the transparency. How much are these purely private conversations that are going on? Is it something that you can give a sentiment check to the business itself? Because what's so useful about Glassdoor is that you give the data in a transparent but non-linear way. You don't get to understand that it's me that's saying it, but you might be able to help a CEO, for example, to understand whether things are going right or wrong within their business.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the core of Glassdoor, we're here for job seekers. We want to give them the inside scoop, but we're also so valuable for employers and for CEOs to really find out, to get a buzz of what's going on in their workplace. And that's how people use Glassdoor today. And that's how I've been finding I use Glassdoor, but also how I've been using Fishbowl over the last couple of years. We have our own company bowl on Fishbowl, so that's a Glassdoor employee bowl with just verified employees of Glassdoor employees in the bowl. And I love going into it to just check on what are people saying, the real chatter on what people care about. And it can be, very lighthearted stuff, as you said, water cooler conversation, but also, meaningful stuff as well to get feedback and to really know what the pulse of the organization was happening right now.
So are you anonymous on it?
I do both. I come in anonymous, where it feels like, by bringing anonymity, it takes away that kind of psychological size. And there are times where I feel like it's right for me to come in and show my profile. And that's what we love about Fishbowl, is that you can choose what level of anonymity you want to show as a user. And so I think there are some conversations where anonymity is really, really productive. And there are other conversations where bringing your profile is helpful as well. And so I do both.
Christian, how are you leading your business at this time? How are you responding to your own employees about whether they want a work from home, work hybrid model, what their future looks like?
Yeah, it's been quite a roller coaster ride. We were very early in the pandemic to send people home, and it really came down to putting people's safety and well-being first, and the safety and well-being of their families. And I think people respected that. And what we saw on our platform is that companies who took that posture overwhelmingly got fantastic reviews from their employees for having put their safety and well-being first. We've adapted to how well it's actually working remotely, and we've embraced a work from anywhere policy, and that is itself opened up whole new sets of talent which we can now tap into. And we are a growing company and hiring a lot of people right now, and so it's been really helpful for us. And then now I think, like many, we're grappling with, how we think about vaccines and the return to work. And, coming back to Fishbowl, this is probably one of the most heated discussions we have on Fishbowl right now, where we have like more than 2,000 people commenting in to talk about, should their employer require a vaccine to come back to work. And something that, many employers are grappling with right now, and certainly something that we're thinking through as well.